How to memorize faster and better. Are your finals scheduled next week? Do you have to prepare for another quiz tomorrow? Or perhaps you just want to remember the things you've read and watched. This can be very overwhelming, especially when you do not know where to start. But do not worry, we got your back. In today's Bright Light video, we will look at the practical tips and tricks that will help your mind memorize things better and faster. But before we get started, if you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can join a community where learning about psychology is welcomed and encouraged. You can also click the notification bell so that we can notify you whenever we post new videos online. Now that we got that covered, let's get straight to the video. Usually, people go for the visual and spatial memory techniques when it comes to memorization, but there are actually other tricks that are just as effective as the former ones. Let us go over them one by one. However, before even starting, please make sure that you have a good grasp of the information or concept first. When you understand something, it makes it easier for you to memorize details about it. Take your time in understanding it and truly dissecting every information you can. Now let's get to the things you can do. Number 1. Link it. As the name suggests, you have to connect the information or lesson you are trying to memorize to something you already know. It can be as small or as silly as it can be. The most important thing is you're able to connect it to something that you know you cannot forget. For example, you need to memorize a certain code, which is 1222200, and that date happens to be your sister's birthday, which is December 12th. Link it with that so when you remember the information, you remember the birthday of your sister, and it leads you to remembering the whole code. Number 2. Sleep on it. According to research, your brain analyzes and retains data while you sleep. Try reviewing knowledge immediately before going to bed, even if only for a few minutes, to see if it helps you remember it. Number 3. Self-test. If you want to memorize fast, you have to train yourself to do so. You can do this by testing yourself with whatever you've been studying or learning about. Although rereading notes can be beneficial, it is more effective to quiz yourself over the information to not only memorize it but also to know if you truly understood it. You will be able to identify the areas where you are having trouble, and you can use one of the memory tricks to help you remember it. Additionally, avoid testing yourself immediately after memorization. Number 4. Use distributed practice. Two things must occur for a notion to transfer from your short-term working memory to your long-term memory. The concept must be memorable and it must be repeated. To ingrain information into your memory, repeat concepts to yourself. Techniques for repetition can include using flashcards, the straightforward advice in this section, and self-testing. You should spread out your studying and repetition across a few days, and you should start lengthening the intervals between your study sessions. Spacing things out and gradually lengthening the gaps between can assist us strengthen our sense of mastery and cement the ideas in our minds. Number 5. Write it out. When we write things out, we help our brain encode the information better through using the connection our hands have with the brain. After your lessons, a good thing to do is write your notes by hand and organize them. While doing this, make sure you are also reading along and focusing on a lesson. This can serve as your study time too. Number 6. Use mnemonics. Systems and techniques known as mnemonics help people remember knowledge. When the first letter of each word in a sentence and the first letter of each word in a list that needs to be memorized are the same, this is a common example of a list that needs to be memorized. An example is, Superman helps everyone, which helps you memorize the order of the Great Lakes from west to east, which is Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, Ontario. Number 7. Talk to yourself. Some may laugh at this, but what seems to be a strange technique actually helped a lot of people memorize what they need to memorize. Studies have seen that it is more effective to speak or read things aloud and memorize it compared to just simply highlighting texts. Number 8. Practice interleaving. The principle of combining or switching abilities or ideas that you want to memorize is called interleaving. Take the time to learn vocabulary words for your science subject, for instance, and then immediately begin learning historical dates and names for your history lesson. Then practice a few math problems before returning to the science definitions. This approach could appear perplexing at first, but it ultimately produces greater outcomes than simply focusing on one idea for a very long time. Aside from the previous methods, we also have visual and spatial techniques that you can use. These are techniques that help you stimulate your five senses to make information retention better through the use of images, songs, feelings, and our bodies. Instead of tedious, rote memorization, you utilize interesting, memorable, and creative methods when using visual and spatial memory techniques. The things you want to remember are now simpler to see, feel, or hear. You can also free up your working memory by using spatial and visual strategies. Your long-term memory is improved when you organize information into groups. When your mind would rather wander, using visual and spatial approaches might help you focus and pay attention. They assist you in making your education enjoyable, memorable, and meaningful. Here are some of the examples of how to do that. Number 1. Memorable visual images. Try creating a memorable visual representation of a significant thing if you need to remember something. Images are significant because they link directly to the visuospatial areas of your brain. By appealing to your visual memory, images aid in the retention of complex ideas. However, using more than just your visual sense will make it simpler for you to remember what you learned. Instead of only picturing something, attempt to smell, feel, and hear it as well. Number 2. The memory palace technique. By envisioning a familiar setting, such as your home or dorm room, you can utilize it as a visual container for concept images that you wish to keep in mind. This method can aid in recalling unrelated information, such as the shopping list. To utilize the memory palace technique, picture your home or dorm room and then see the goods on your shopping list scattered across the space. Number 3. Songs and jingles. Songs or jingles employ your brain's right hemisphere and can help us recall challenging things like equations and lists. This is similar to the memory palace and visuals. Whether you are having trouble remembering anything, try Googling it to see if someone has already written a song about it. For example, the quadratic formula has many songs already written about it. Try creating your own if not. Number 4. Use your five senses. Utilizing all five senses when studying encourages the utilization of additional brain regions and improves memory retention. Take the anatomical models, for instance, and feel each section while naming it aloud while you study for an exam in anatomy. That ends our video for today. We hope you have learned a thing or two. If you did, please like this video and leave a comment on the comments section below. We would love to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and reactions. If you want similar videos, do not forget to subscribe to us and click the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we post new videos. Until next time, bye.